Fugate. I'm head of the musical theater program here. Woo! Woo! And I want to say first and foremost how much gratitude I have for you, the students. You've worked so hard this year, and I see it every day when you come to class. And even if you're not prepared, you still work hard. But I just wanted you don't hear that from me very often, but I appreciate you. And I appreciate every one of you coming out to support them. It means a lot, not only to me, but I'm sure to them as well. I also want to, second most, give a round of applause in advance to our wonderful Victoria came to us this year out of nowhere, and she is the goddess extraordinaire. She preps them for every lesson, for every audition that we have on campus, for whatever they need, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate you, and the work that you've done shows, and you'll see it tonight. So, before each number, I want to just let everyone know sort of the context of what's going on. So I'm going to be doing that as they set up or whatever between the numbers, because I think it'll help you. But they've been working on these duets. Usually, they'll sing their little solos or whatever. But I want to do something special this year. And I think they've had a good time with it. The first number is from a little-known Stephen Sondheim show called The Frogs. It's based on a Greek comedy by Aristophanes. He wrote it when he was at Yale, back in I think it's 1974 or something. And it was his very first musical he ever wrote, and it didn't get to Broadway until 2013. It took forever to finally get to Broadway. But there were some really interesting people that were in the first cast. Meryl Streep was in the first cast, Sigourney Weaver was in the first cast, Christopher Durang was in the first cast of the show. So it's really kind of cool. And this is the intro to the entire musical, which is some little information that you need to make sure you listen.
Smile on us. You who sit out there stern in judgment, smile on us. You who look down on actors, and who doesn't. Bless this yearly festival and smile on us. We offer you song and dance. We offer you rights and revels. We offer you grace and beauty. Smile on us for this while. Gods of the theater, smile on us. You who sit out there stern in judgment, smile on us. We offer you song and dance. We offer you rights and revels. We offer you gods and heroes. We offer you gods and heroes. We offer you donos and social comments. Bless our play and smile. Yes, but first, some do's and don'ts. Mostly don'ts. Please don't cough. It can throw the actors off. Have some respect for Aristophanes, and please don't cough. Please don't swim. The theater's a temple, not a gym. Apart from being Paris, black and limb, we may be in the middle of a sacred hymn, so please don't swim. If you see flaws, please no loud guffaws, please only because, please, there are politer ways. As for applause, please, when there's a pause. The echoes sometimes last for days, 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 days. Days, 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 days. There seems to be an echo.
Don't take notes to show us all you know the famous quotes. And when you disapprove, don't clear your throats or through crumpled programs, coins and coats, or anything that splatters, stains or floats.
And please, no grass. This is a classic, not a class.
If we should get rhetorical, please don't curse.
Wait till it's allegorical and in verse.
If we should get satirical, don't take it wrong.
And if by some sudden miracle a tune shall appear that's lyrical, don't along.
When we are waxing humorous, please don't wane.
The jokes are obscure but numerous. We'll explain.
When we are waxing serious, don't squirm or laugh. It starts when we act mysterious.
And if you're in doubt, don't query us.
We'll signal you when we're serious. It's in the second
Ha
half.
ha ha ha.
Dude, stop.
Please, don't strip. It's hot, but it's a pleasure trip. The offer could have been your tea, so please, don't strip.
Don't say what to every line you think you haven't got. And if you're in a snip because you've missed the plot, of which I must admit there's not an awful lot, still don't say
What?
do not intrude.
Please, when someone's nude, please. She's there for mood, please, and mustn't be embraced.
If we are rude,
Please, don't sit and brood, please.
let's not be too straight-laced
The author's reputation isn't based.
on taste.
So please, don't fart. There's very little air in this is art.
And should we get offensive, don't lose heart. Pretend it's just the playwright being smart.
Eventually we'll get to the catharsis and depart. So now,
But first,
we start.
It's me again. The second show, a lot of people have never even heard of the show Daddy Longlegs. It's a two-person show. The music is really great. And it's about a young male who inherits a fortune. And he decides that he wants to support an orphan to go to school. And so there's a school, this orphan, I wrote her name down, Jerusha, I always forget it. And she goes to this fancy new school, and the one stipulation is that she has to write her benefactor. And so she writes these letters to Jarvis, her benefactor, not knowing who he is. And she always, says, "Dear Daddy Longlegs," because that's her pet name for him. And then they eventually, through the letters, they eventually fall in love, and then they finally meet. So it's a cute little story and beautiful music. So this is Daddy Longlegs. Let's see. Come on, y'all. Let's go.
too fast. I've discovered the secret of happiness is not to mourn the past. Nothing of any importance can last. I imagine the secret of happiness was the art of compromise. But I've discovered the secret of happiness is looking in her eyes. Happiness comes as a total surprise, and the secret of happiness is living in the now, living in the time it takes to blink. I think is how we're meant to be living. But I've discovered the secret of happiness is all the stars that shine. But I've discovered the secret of happiness is something more divine. Her happiness is more precious than mine, and the secret of happiness is the secret of happiness is the secret of happiness is the secret of happiness is
Note to students, don't forget to bow when people clap. Bow. Thank you for clapping. So, Damn Yankees is actually one of my favorite shows. Arthur and Ross, famous musical theater writing duo. And it's about an older gentleman who's been married, and he always had this dream of playing baseball in the major leagues. And he makes a deal with the devil at a certain point to become younger, right? So he sold his soul to the devil, and there's another woman who's also has sold her soul to the devil. That's Lola. And so she's also young forever, right? And they go off and they do the devil's bidding and try to get people to sell their souls and all this kind of stuff. But this one night, they're sort of commiserating over the fact that this is their life now, right? Forever and ever and ever, and they get drunk and do a little song and dance.
We got each other.
Dr. Zhivago was written by Lucy Simon, and if you've ever heard the music to Secret Garden, that's who wrote it. And it went up a few years ago. It's a lavish production. I don't know if anyone got to see it. It didn't last very long, but it's absolutely beautiful. And as with most 19th century Russian novels, the plot's kind of complicated, but I'm gonna boil it down for you here, okay? Lara is sort of the mistress of Dr. Zhivago. And Tanya is the wife, okay? And so Lara is working in her bookshop, and Tanya has to see her, right? And he wants to confront her. But then what happens is really interesting.
I'm looking for a book of verse. Poetry's the middle section, bottom 2 rows. Was there a particular title you were looking for? Waiting in Rain and Other Poems. The author's name is Zhivago. He's my husband.
I think we only have one title left. The other 2 were stolen.
Well, he said he came here to research a medical text. Perhaps you met him?
I'm rarely here. I'm just a volunteer.
I know. The other librarian's called Yelenka.
You're a friend of Yelenka's?
She came to visit me. There were things she thought I should know.
I see. Is this his son?
He's our son. Yes. We haven't heard anything since he disappeared.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
almost fell on my face. This next musical is one of my absolute favorite musicals called Spring Awakening. It's set to an early 20th century German play about some 19th century Lutheran school kids who are really wrestling with major issues, abortion, suicide. And it's really about parents making terrible decisions. And it's sort of a lesson to the parental generation. Listen to your children, right? So, Ilsa is sort of a wayward child that's sort of run away from home, kind of. Does her own thing. She's very free-spirited. And Moritz is, he's a piece of work. He's got ADHD, he's got major anxiety, he's failing in school, and he's about to be kicked out. And he's basically wondering whether he wants to live life above ground or not. And Ilsa sort of stumbles on him at certain points.
Awful sweet to be a little butterfly, swinging over things and nothing deep inside, nothing going wild in you know. You're soaring by the riverside or floating high and blue. Maybe I should be like the summer winds, like once through everything and then away again, with the taste of dust in your mouth all day, but no need to know. Like sadness, you just sail away, 'cause you know I don't do sadness, not even a little bit. Just don't need it in my life, don't want any part of it. I don't do sadness. Hey, I've done my time looking back on it all, man, it blows my mind. I don't do sadness, so been there. Don't do sadness, just don't care.
Mort Steeple?
Ilsa, you frighten me.
What are you looking for?
If only I knew.
Then what's the use of looking? I'm on the way home. Want to come?
Better not.
You remember when we used to run back to my house and play pirates? Vendla Bergman, Melchior Gabor, you and I. Spring and summer, every other day. Blue wind gets so sad, blowing through the thick corn, through bales of hay, through the open books on the grass. Spring and summer. Sure, when it's autumn, wind always wants to creep up and haunt you. Whistling, it's got you. With its heartache, with its sorrow, winter wind sings and it cries. Spring and summer, every other day. Blue wind gets so lost, blowing through the thick corn, through the bales of hay, through the sudden drift of the rain. Spring and summer.
Actually, I should probably go.
Walk as far as my house with me.
I better not.
Then why don't you?
80 lines of Virgil, 16 equations, a paper on the Oxfords. So maybe I should be some kind of laundry line. Hang the things on me, and I will swing 'em dry. You just wait through the afternoon sun, and then you see
first time I Calvin Burger is a little-known show. And it's basically an adaptation of Cyrano de Bergerac, but contemporary. So Calvin is Cyrano. He's sort of a dweeb. And can't, get the girls, but he's really smart. And Matt is sort of your jock, right? But also can't get the girls because he has a problem with words.
I don't have that problem. My problem is talking.
Talking? You talk fine, more or less.
Well, I'm talking fine now, yeah, but that's because...
Because why?
Because I don't find you attractive. No offense.
None taken.
But if I did, my words would not be making sense.
That is so hard to imagine.
With only guys around me, I always talk real good. But when I'm talking to a babe, things don't go as they should. I start a conversation, the blood starts rushing south, and yada yada, foot is in my mouth.
Yeah, but you could just stand there and girls would want you. A guy like you doesn't need to be articulate.
It's worse than you think, man. When there's a pretty girl around, I can't even say articulate. I screw up all the grammar, I switch the words around, I burp a lot and stammer, and I make this wheezing sound. Soon my tongue stops working, and no more words will come. At that point, I just stand there looking dumb.
But that's okay, because you're the man.
I'm not.
I'll tell you why.
Why?
A girl cannot resist a handsome-looking guy. She will say she needs a man who has a high IQ. Then she'll settle for a moron if he looks like you. With muscles and a tan, but you face it, you're the man.
Well, that's easy for you to say. You don't have a talking problem.
No, but don't you think your problems could be worse?
How?
Imagine if you had them in reverse.
Huh?
Check it out. The thing that I am best at is having lots to say, but when you look like me, the girls don't listen anyway. So I can be poetic and clever without it, and still they'll only want me as a friend.
Don't be modest, you're the man. That's what I heard. Cause all the kids here say you're smart but not a nerd. And if you give a girl a little bit of food for thought, she will see you as good looking even if you're not. Tell yourself you can.
I can't.
You have wit, so you're the man.
Well, thank you, but my wit is useless, trapped behind this face. Unless...
What?
Nothing. Unless...
What?
If you were my mouthpiece, then I could win her over. For you. A guy with your looks and my words, she won't know what hit her.
Well, yeah, but what kind of dog can do that kind of operation?
What? No, not a brain transplant. Listen. Step one, I write a note for you to
Step
give
one,
her.
you write a note for me
Step
to
two,
give
you
her.
ask her out for Saturday
Step two, I
night.
ask her out for Saturday
Step
night.
three, I'll write the lines that you'll
Step three, I'll write the
deliver.
lines that I'll
Step four, I'll
deliver.
teach you how to say them right.
I'll say them right.
Step five, you ask her out to Johnny
Step
Rockets.
five, where?
It's good. And say all my romantic lines
And
by
say all your
heart.
romantic lines by
By
heart.
then you'll have her heartstrings in your
Oh,
pockets.
something about pockets. Step six, we go home for the funnest part.
Whoa.
Dude, this is brilliant. I can't thank you enough. It's just, you're the man.
No. From now on, we are the man.
Huh? Oh! He talks like a professor, and yet he looks so good. If this guy can't impress her, then I don't think no one could.
He's handsome as Adonis.
He speaks with grace and charm, so if he is to people, what's the harm?
We're the
We're the man, and we've got ourselves a super genius plan. If it's true there's strength in numbers, then our man is strong.
And as long provides he can't go wrong. She'll be his biggest fan.
Like me and Jackie Chan.
What?
Oh, it's like a brand new life has just began.
Begun. Remember, I'm the words guy. You're the one with the pretty face. Stick to that and we're the man. Here,
What is this?
love note.
Already?
I keep one on me, just in case. All you have to do is put this letter in her hand, and you'll have her like a movie playing on demand. There's nothing hotter than a smart and handsome man.
Like me and Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan.
So it's clear that we're the man. The man. The man. The man. The man. The man. The man.
Isn't that fun? Once, okay, personal story. I went to go see Once on Broadway. It's a movie musical, and I'd never seen the movie, but this is like one of the first songs. It's like this rousing sort of Irish number, and then this is one of the first songs in the show. I started crying during this number, and then I cried for the entire show. My best friend is sitting there going, you know, like, literally the entire show. It's about an Irish busker who's on the street, he's playing his own music. He's gone through a really horrible breakup, and then I think the girl actually stumbles upon him, and is very interested in music. It turns out that her father was a famous pianist. So she's musical, and she's also been in an abusive relationship. So there's some commonalities there. They're attracted to one another without really knowing why upon first meeting. But it's just a drop-dead gorgeous song. Enjoy.
I don't know you, but I want you all the more for that. Words fall through me and always fool me, and I can't react.
show. You've probably heard of it. Sweeney Todd. It's about a barber. It's a little macabre. In this number, they've just killed a person, and that's sweet. So they've just killed someone, and they're trying to figure out what they want to do with the body. And they're in a pie shop because Mrs. Lovett owns a pie shop. And this is how they figure out how to go forward with their business.
What are we gonna do with him?
Later on, when it's dark, we'll take him to some secret place and bury him.
We could do that. I don't suppose there'll be any relatives gonna come poking around looking for him. But you know me. Ideas just popped into my head and I was thinking. Seems a downright shame.
Shame.
Seems an awful waste. Such a nice plump frame. What's his name has? Nor can't be traced. Business needs a lift. Debts to be erased. Think of it as thrift, as a gift. If you get my drift. No. Seems an awful waste. I mean, with the price of meat, what it is, when you get it, if you get it.
Huh.
Good, you got it. Take the rest is Mrs. Mooney and her pie shop. Mrs. never better using only pussycats and toast. And a pussy's good for maybe 6 or 7 at the most. And I'm sure they can't compare as far as taste.
Mrs. Lovett, what a charming notion, and authentic, practical, and yet appropriate as always. Mrs. Lovett, how I do without you all these years, I'll never know how to elect.
Lots of other gentlemen will be coming for
Also
shame.
detectable, how choice, how rare. For once, the sound of the world out there.
What, Mr. Todd? What, Mr. Todd? What is that sound?
Those crunching noises pervading the air.
Yes, Mr. Todd, yes, all around.
It's man devouring man, my dear. And who are we to deny it in me? These are desperate times, Mrs. Lovett, and desperate measures are called for.
Here we are, hopped out to the oven.
What is that?
It's priest. Have a little priest.
Is it any good?
So it's too good, at least. And again, they don't commit sins of the flesh. So it's looking fresh.
Awful lot of fat.
Only where it's sat.
Haven't you got poet or something like that?
Now you see the trouble with poet is how do you know it's deceased? Try the priest.
Heavenly! Not as hearty as bishop perhaps, but then not as bland as curate either.
It's good for business too, always leaves you wanting more. Trouble is we only get it on Sundays. Lawyers, rather nice.
If it's for price.
Or something else though to follow, since no one should swallow it twice.
Anything that's lean.
Well then if you're British and loyal, you might enjoy Royal Marine. Anyway, it's clean, though of course it tastes of wherever it's been.
Is that squire on the fire?
Mercy, no, so look closer, you'll notice it's grosser.
Looks thicker, more like vicar.
No, it has to
Hotter.
Butler.
Subtler.
Locksmith. Lovely bit of clock.
Maybe for a lock.
Then again the sweep if you want to cheat and you like a dog. Join the financier. Think of his career.
That was pretty frank.
But he drank with the bank cashier. Never really sold. Maybe he was old.
Have you any beetle?
Next week, so I'm told. Beetle isn't bad till you smell it and notice how well it's been greased. From stick to priest. Now, this one may be a bit stringy, but of course it is fiddle player.
No. This is not fiddle play. It's pickle play.
How can you tell?
It's piping hot.
Then blow on it first!
The history of the world, my sweet,
Oh, Mr. Todd, what does it tell?
is who gets eaten and who gets to eat.
And Mr. Todd, who gets to sell?
But fortunately, it's also clear that everybody goes down well with me.
Now, since Marine doesn't appeal to you, how about Rear Admiral?
Too salty. I prefer a general.
With or without his privates? With his extras?
The kids have charity. I'm wrong. Sorry.
What is that? It's fun. Fun is shop. And we have some shepherd's pie peppered with actual shepherd on top. And just begun is the politician so oily. It's so good, not doily, not one.
Put it on a bun. Well, you never know if it's going to run.
Fry the fire, fried it's drier.
No, the clergy is really too poor, said to me.
Better, that's compactor.
Yes, and always arrives overdone. I'll come again when you have judge on the menu.
Wait! True, we don't have judge yet. But I have something you'll fancy, Loretta.
And what's that?
Executioner.
Have charity towards the world like that.
Yes, I know my love.
We'll take the customers that we can get.
I wanna love my love.
Will not discriminate great from small. No, will serve anyone, meaning anyone, and to anyone at all.
This next show, First Date, it's a small cast, but it's a great little show about these two people who go on a first date. And as they're on the date, you're getting to know about their histories, which have caused all these problems in their lives, and they're having to overcome all that in order to go on the date and have a successful date. It's all happening all at once, from the audience's perspective. This is the very first sort of moment here.
I'm standing at the start of something that is new. I can't keep building walls despite what I've been through. If I may have found the someone what I should be looking for, I'd be a jerk to
survive forever.
Watch years pass side by side.
All the burdens that we carry,
Need to let them go and fast. So there's not one
perfect moment,
but rather
there is something that will last. I'm through with holding on. I will let mistakes and memories get the best of me. Oh, though my doubts are far from gone, I will reach into the future and just wait and see. If we make it to tomorrow, if we stand the test of time, or the wind's too strong against us and we can't quite make the climb, all I know is in this moment, my past is just my past. Right now I can't help but wonder if this could be the something that will last.
could this be the song?
Could this be the something that will last?
Isn't that cute? Dear Evan Hansen is another show that I cried about the entire time when I saw it above. It's about a guy, he's got some issues. He's got some depression and anxiety issues. And this causes him to lie about a lot of things. And one of the things that he's lied about is the fact that he was friends with a boy who committed suicide. Zoe is the guy who committed suicide's sister. And Evan, they're sort of in the first sort of throes of a relationship here. And so I'll just leave it at that.
Hey, I meant to tell you before that I had a meeting with the Connor Project a few days ago, and I think we made a really good strategy to raise more money for the orchard.
Well, can we talk?
Oh shit.
What?
I mean, you're breaking up with me, right? I mean, that's why you invited me over here, because you're gonna break
Breaking
up with me.
up with you?
But God, how presumptuous can I be? I mean, I don't even know if we're like officially like dating or like whatever, but you know, that's not the point. You know, I'm not gonna start crying or I'm not gonna start breaking things. You know, you can tell me.
I'm not breaking up with you.
Oh. Okay. Thank you.
Don't mention it. It's just the Connor Project. It's great. It's just I need something for me. My whole life has always been about Connor. And I need something. If this is gonna be a relationship, I don't want it to be about my brother or the orchard or the emails. I want
1,000 reasons to not let me go. But if you really see me, if you like me for me and nothing else, well, that's all that I've wanted for longer than you could possibly know. So it can be us, and only us. And what came before won't count anymore or matter. Can we try that? It's not so impossible. Nobody else but the two of us here, 'cause you're saying it's possible.
We can just watch the whole world disappear.
Till you're the only one I still know how to see. It's just you and me.
It'll be us, and only us. And what came before won't count anymore.
We can try that. You and me. That's all that we needed to be. And the rest of the world falls away. And the rest of the world falls away. The world falls away. The world falls away. And it's only us.
I tried my hardest not to cry during that. If you don't know Wicked, maybe you live under a rock, I don't know. Wicked is a retelling of The Wizard of Oz. Are y'all too loud? I didn't know if y'all had school and wanted to come out the door or what. But Elphaba is the Wicked Witch of the West, right? And she's green. And she has come to a new school, the University of Shiz?
Shiz.
Yeah. And she is rooming with Glinda, who is everything that Elphaba is not. She's popular, she's wealthy, well-liked. And so this is what happens the first day that they're rooming together.
Dearest, darlingest, Momsy and Popsicle.
My dear father.
There's been some confusion over rooming here at Shiz. Of course I'll care for Nessa, but of course I'll rise above it. For I know that's how you want me to respond. Yes. There's been some confusion, for you see my roommate is unusually, exceedingly peculiar, and altogether quite impossible to describe.
Ginger.
What is this feeling so sudden and new?
I felt the moment I laid eyes on you.
My pulse is rushing,
My head is reeling.
my face is flushing. What is this feeling, fervid as a flame? Does it have a name? Yes. Loathing, unadulterated loathing for your face,
Your voice.
your clothing. Let's just say I loathe it all. Every
duet that every girl wants to sing, and some boys. It's really cute. This one should be on that list, but a lot of people don't know about it because it's from the 80s, and that makes me old. Okay, Miss Saigon is a retelling of Madame Butterfly, if you've ever heard of that or seen that opera by Puccini, where soldier goes over to Japan and he falls in love with a geisha or whatever, and leaves and she is pregnant, right? But this is told in a different context. It's told in the Vietnam War context. So it's an American soldier, goes to Vietnam, falls in love with Kim, impregnates Kim, and then leaves. And he's also married to Ellen. I wrote it down. Ellen. So Chris is married to Ellen, but his father and child Kim. This takes place in separate places. So Kim is in Vietnam, Ellen's with Chris in America. Okay, that can be confusing if you haven't seen what's coming right for. So enjoy, I love this.
Last night I watched him sleeping, my body pressed to him, and then he started speaking. The name I heard him speak was Kim. Yes, I know
surprise duet. Have y'all figured it out?
Yeah.
What? Okay. Every week we have a studio class where these students come together and they, sing all the songs that they're learning throughout the semester for one another as practice. And one day, it was Victoria's birthday actually, and Matthew Potterton and I decided that we were going to play a little joke and we were going to pretend we got a duet for y'all. And then the gauntlet was laying at that point that we would do a duet. So we're going to do duets! I was talking about Lucy Simon earlier, right before the Dr. Zhivago duet, and she wrote the music for Secret Garden. If you've never seen Secret Garden, it's also very beautiful, very lush. So there's a girl named Lily who has died, and his character was in love with her, and they were like a thing. But I'm the brother, and I was also in love with her. And the daughter was in India, I think, and then came back, and so now the daughter is staying there with these two brothers, and she reminds them of Lily. So that's why the song is called Lily's Eyes. What's the first line? It doesn't matter. Strangely quiet, and now the storm simply rests to strike again. Standing waiting, I think of her. I think of
Strange this marriage, she leaves the room, yet remains, she lingers on. Something stirs me to think of her. I think of her.
In death she casts her spell. At night we hear her sighs. And now a girl has come who has her eyes. She has her eyes. She has Lily's hazel eyes. Those eyes that saw him happy long ago. Those eyes that gave him light and hope he never known. How can he see the girl and miss those days?
She has her eyes. The girl has Lily's hazel eyes. Those eyes that closed and left me all alone. Those eyes I feel will never ever let me go. How can I see this girl who has her hazel eyes? In Lily's eyes, a castle this house seemed to be, and I, her bravest knight, became. My lady fair was she.
She has her eyes, she has my Lily's hazel eyes. Those eyes that loved my brother, never me. Those eyes that never saw me, never knew I longed to hold her close and live at last in Lily's eyes.
Imagine me a lover.
I long for the day she turn and see me standing there, that God had let her stay. She has her eyes.
She has my Lily's hazel eyes. Those eyes that saw me happy long ago. How can I see this girl now like to be in love, alive and whole in Lily's eyes?
last duet is one of my favorite duets ever. It's from The Bridges of Madison County. If you've ever seen the movie with Meryl Streep and Robert Redford, it's a beautiful movie. Jason Robert Brown wrote a musical based on that, which is absolutely stunningly gorgeous. I love the music from this show. And I love the fact these two lovely people are going to be singing it. It's rather epic. Francesca is an Italian woman who married during the war, World War II, and was brought over to Iowa. And Caleb's character, I wrote it down, Robert Kincaid, is a photographer who's been hired by National Geographic to come to Iowa to photograph the covered bridges that are in the area. And they end up falling in love. And her family goes away to State Fair or something, I think. And so they're together for the first time. Another really cool thing about this is it's the debut of my playing the guitar at UTSU.
Wow!
Holding you close against my skin and pulling you inside me. Suddenly there's a world I never knew. Kissing you now, the waves begin and evermore divide me. Before and after you, the touch at once erased the lines and walls around me. How did you know exactly what to do? Feeling your fingers on my waist, I know my fate has found me. Before and after you, found and lost, torn in half. Before and
For the first time in my life, I am not outside the moment, with a camera in between me and the world I think I know. For the first time in my life, I am somehow part of something. You surround me, you connect me, and I think I can't let go. For the first time in my life, you have opened up a channel. There is nothing to contain us. We are joined and we are free. For the first time in my life, I am risking something precious. I am asking you, Francesca, come with me. I can tell you I know what the future will be. Who knows anything? I just look at those eyes. You got so much to see. Let me show you there's crowds and camels and hillsides to climb. All I know is in all of the time, from man's first breath to God's last morning, you and I have just one second. I don't need something new.
I don't want to go back to a world without
All I needed my whole life to. Please just look at me. You were born with a wondrous soul. This is how you begin to be whole. The stars keep burning, worlds keep turning, and you and I have just 1 second spinning by in just 1 second. You and I have just 1 second and a million miles to go. Come with me. Come with me.
How do I go? Tell me, how do I go? How do I go with you? How do I pack a bag, close a door, turn a key, walk away? Look at where I am and who I am and tell me, is there something I don't know? How do I go? How can I go with you?
I can tell you I know what the answer will be. It's impossible, but there's one thing that's it's just you and me. This is destiny. We are tied, we are locked, we are bound. This will not be reversed or bound. Whatever fate the stars are weaving, we're not breaking. I'm not leaving, and you and I are just 1 second spinning by in just 1 second. You and I have just 1 second
And a million miles to
and
go.
I have been holding and all my life I have been holding you and I are just 1 second and a million miles to
Come with me.
Yay! Thank you so much for coming. I really, really appreciate it. And y'all were awesome. Also, before you leave, I know you probably never noticed that she was back there in the booth, but Cindy is the one that makes sure that everything is recorded, gets it on YouTube. She does all of the papers that you're holding in your hands, and make sure that everything's done efficiently and correctly here in the recital hall for all our recitals. This is her last event at ETSU. And I just want to make sure that you know that you're appreciated, and we're going to miss you.